Yeah, but Una, okay, Una makes a lot of sense to pick up for $50.
I don't have Una on there for this one, so
yeah, but you have her, and you might get her to rank 2 before this battle pass is out, depending on what auction events we have. So I was thinking about, not to ridiculously abruptly shift gears on you, but I was thinking about so you did watch the video where I was talking about, you know, they're basically reinventing the meta here. They're not really, like, yes, it's unbalanced right now, but everything's unbalanced when they first add the first piece of whatever they're doing into it. And the big issue is not that the meta is that unbalanced. A lot of people say, yes, that's a big deal because people have not invested, but paid for the level of their officers and all that. But it's like, at the same time, should this game stay completely static so that people who purchased anything can do that and never have to worry about their money not being worth the same amount down the road? Like, you buy a car, you drive it off the lot, it's not worth what it was when you paid for it. It's kind of the same with these types of games. You do not counter Una yet. There is no counter. That's why she's so strong.
No.
Now the question here with Una,
thank you for the log, by the way, Watch.
She's gonna work on any ship,
battleship,
any battleship.
With her being almost, like you said, a numero uno for battleships, she probably will do a good combo with, is it 𝘂𝗶𝘁? Who's also a buff. Well, there's the Strange New World 𝘂𝗶𝘁.
S&W 𝘂𝗶𝘁 is for battleships versus explorers, I believe, but only.
But still, hostiles. She's a buff for battleships.
But only hostiles.
Yeah.
Is it right?
Hold on a sec. EG is here, and he's been playing around with the everything quite a bit. What up, EG?
I just been dying to talk about my new girlfriend. It's so grossly out of balance. It's really hilarious.
She hasn't left you yet?
Someone, I just saw a screenshot of a 20 auger obliterated Max Enterprise.
Wow.
Ooh.
Is that with the 𝘂𝗵𝘁 Una?
No, Strike Force Una.
That's what I mean, is 𝘂𝗵𝘁 and Strike Force Una, because people were using that to get the shield down faster, but I don't think you need that, do you?
What I found best is to run Breach and Crit with it. So I run 𝘂𝗀𝗶𝘁 as captain, and Honor Guard Worf and then her. And, you know, it's all about spike damage. And by round 4, there's no shields. Well, there's shields, but you're bypassing everything.
That's on your 𝘂𝗀𝗶𝘁?
Yeah, so it's 100% damage to the hull in round 4. And if you're running 𝘂𝗀𝗶𝘁 as captain, you got the 10% crit plus Worf plus the ship's base crit. So you basically guaranteed to crit. You got the breach for 3 rounds, and round 2's to 4 kinetics, round 5's to 4 kinetics, and it's just massive damage to the hull. I don't know unless they release it. I'm assuming they're going to release officers to kind of offset some of this, but
right.
I don't know. You got to kill the crit and the breach. The crit and the breach just amp the damage up so much, and I mean, especially, you know, battleships have the highest hull. Hull, not interceptors, not explorers, so it just chews to them. I don't know if you guys saw, but for a little bit today after 12, they had Strike Team or 𝘂𝗶𝘁 on the store, and I was about to buy it, but yeah, they did, and they put up the SNW. Yeah. Anyway, I was looking at it, and I don't know if I would want to run that because she gives you burning. Ooh, big deal. And you'll get some synergy for the burning. And what was her officer ability? You'd have to give up breach if you want to keep crit. And I think the key to really making Una work is just spike damage as fast as you possibly can.
Yep.
Well, yeah, her officer
ability is while on a battleship fighting a player ship, she causes weapons shot by them to have a 40% chance of having their next attack delayed 1 round.
Every round, yeah.
That's interesting. Oh yeah, and her burning ability only works against explorers, if I remember right, which is
When shot by a player explorer, she has a 5% chance of burning them.
Yeah, so I wouldn't run her as captain. I mean, I like the more neutral builds myself. I like to keep myself from being pigeonholed. And that's another reason why I like this the whole breach and crit build because you're not pigeonholed into any certain ship or whatever.
But I don't know. We're talking. There's two different Unas now. There's a Strange New Worlds Una that gives you impulse speed, and there's the Strike Team Una that basically get her. If you don't own any battleships, then don't worry about her. But otherwise, get her.
So
That whole fiasco, I don't even want to talk about.
Well, I think that it is. Yes, the meta is getting shook up, hardcore. But I think that it's work in progress. They're going to toss some stuff out to balance it. It's not like, oh, this is the only officer in battleships will be king forever.
I don't think you can, bud.
Well, so yes, they're doing that over the coming months.
Right.
But you realize years can be measured in months too, right? Just saying.
So not that he only he debuffed me with the Mantis, but Uhura is also lowering my crit chance, and still won fairly easily.
With Tuna.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the question is going to be how long is that going to happen until, what are they going to do in Deep Space Nine to undo
it's gonna
that?
Be hard to do much to it because you don't have a lot of stuff. Like, you'd need a crash that neuters the other officers instead of just the captain.
Debuff bridge crew.
Right, the whole bridge crew. You'd have to take
That would be a
crash to the
crazy
next
one.
level. But it's
It's going to be board crash. There you go, bam.
yeah,
Problem
board
solved.
crash. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the 12th
Well-
Borg officer we were talking about way back when.
Hey, looking through that log of that ridiculous fight.
Mhm.
So I crit twice in 9 rounds. I didn't fire a weapon in the first round, and
And you
still came out like that.
Yeah. So basically, what we're saying is, if you haven't got her yet, prioritize getting her.
I just looking at the stats, I was like, I gotta have her. So that's the only officer I ever just bought the max I could.
Yeah. Well, she's totally worth it, especially for the way you play. Like, if you never do PvP, then don't worry about it. But if you never do PvP, still pick her up and go start trying some PvP.
Right.
That's why I try to encourage every player to be well-rounded and build some PvP officers. Even if you're completely against PvP, all it takes is trying it and getting a taste for it, and then you're going to wish you had
So,
built those officers.
She shouldn't work against stations, but should she still work against the ships docked on the station?
I have heard yes, she does.
I know defending, if you have her in base and I got Harrison at 70%, the first round, all damage goes to hull.
Wow.
I tested, hit me with his Corvus, and the first round, all the damage went to the hull.
Makes
then
her a
the-
really good
then-
defender too then.
Yeah, then the shields picked up on the second round.
The only thing that we have going for us is that each player can only have one copy of the card right now. Like HG Wharf, where it's like, oh,
Right.
so many PvP builds involve HG Wharf, but it's like,
Right.
but you can
Crazy
only
would it
use
be
it
if you had 3 of her.
I want one on my auger too.
once. Right.
You see that screenshot I just put into the live stream chat? He found a good crew against Una. Granted, he has a level gap, but still, compared to the Int, it's night and day difference.
HG Wharf, Sharvanek, and Yuki. Yeah.
Worf has piercing, Charvnek piercing, and then the ROM damage from Yuki.
And then I'm sure those are all maxed.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, that's pretty good. That's the thing too, is that would be I mean, you could run that on almost anything, because most people are going to be running around with a battleship as their main PvP right now if they have tuna. Right? So you're harpooning tunas over here with this crew? We need to find somebody that's more comparable to your level, though. We're talking about that 10 level gap.
Yeah, but
It helps.
compared to, like, I don't know, how I still obliterated an Enterprise that debuffed me, that's
Yeah, that's crazy.